Hello, everyone. I am Lynn, Dream Girl Writer, coming to you today with a message about magic behind the scenes. And I bring you this message because so much healing has occurred with me recently in my relationships, and especially the long-standing ones who carried conflict for a long time, that carried conflict for a long time, I should say. And I'm here as a witness to you, for you, to let you know that it really is magical when we allow what's behind the scenes to come forth in our life, when we honor our inner self, when we pause during the day and give ourselves time to contemplate on something or to muse upon something. And there's always a way in. As a dream girl, as someone who has paid a lot of attention to her dreams for many years, I can tell you that that way in for me has become so well processed and defined that I trust it completely and utterly. I can have a dream message that I'm unable to write even, but I feel it within my body, and it's just as trustworthy. And even though it goes beyond words or is I'm unable to put it into words, I know that it's working for me behind the scenes and in the spaces of the material world, into that universe that's kind of there that we're not always aware of, but that we can tap into if we pause, if we do inner work. And I do my inner work mainly through my dreams, but there's always a way in, and each of us has our unique way in. One of the ways is through creative work, of course, working with your hands, through any kind of art form like music or dance or painting or drawing, of course, with dream work, which is available to you, every day. And you can set up practices during your waking life to enhance your dream recall. But even just pausing to commune with nature, look out the window and kind of let your thoughts wash away for a moment. Get down on the floor and play with the child and just savor that their presence and savor the connection between you. All of these things will help you to kind of bring out the holistic of you, the holistic self that's far more than your waking life self who goes about, your daily activities in the external world. There's so many gifts waiting there behind the scenes, and it is quite magical and mystical. Yesterday, I have this little comfy sweater on because yesterday it snowed here in Lexington, South Carolina, and it was very thrilling to me because I have mostly lived in warmer climes or moderate climes, and it rarely snows here in South Carolina also, but it was predicted, and so I was kind of looking out for it, and I had gone to my window just for one of my usual pauses to take a break from writing, and I see these little white flecks about, and it almost looked like there were, debris from the trees or something. But I stood there for a few more minutes and I realized it was snowing. And it was so thrilling to have caught the very beginning of that, to kind of have been there when it happened. And I think that's also a great thing to reflect upon when we are thinking about, how to be more creative or how to slow ourselves down and get more in touch. It's like it's always going on. there's this whole other magical and mystical universe going on behind the scenes in our heart of hearts, within our dreams, in that interface between our human selves and our divine origins, if you will. And if we just pause and we're just present, it will happen because it's going on all the time. And we're just making ourselves aware of it. We're just being willing to witness it. And so that was my inspiration for making this video for you today, because I have found this so immensely transforming and useful and practical in my life. I started really getting serious about recording my dreams and learning how to unpack the messages of my dreams when I was 60 years old. So I had a whole life before that where I was aware that I had certain abilities, you could say, in dreaming, or certain that messages would come to me through my dreams before that. But it was only from the age of 60 on that I really kind of delved into it, took it seriously, saw it for the gift that it was. And yet, in my dream life and in my dream messages now, today, at 73, 13 years after I started, I have messages that come to me about my life before, my life before 60. And these messages come in like as sister messages to the messages of today. So they're kind of like defining for me how that same message that I missed, maybe, or refused to take advantage of when I was younger, is coming back to me again because it's still pertinent in my life now. Because the truth of who we are and what we came here to do has been with us since the moment of birth. And it's just a matter of how willing we are to hear that message and to create some way in for ourselves to see it, to hear it, to feel it, to be able to make use of it in our waking life. And before you get to thinking that this is all airy-fairy stuff that you don't have time for, I would say start thinking again with your heart. Because there's so much that we have been fed, that we have been programmed, that we have been patterned to do or to see or to be. And that's not who we are. That's someone else's or society's, or even, you know, whole cultural impositions on us. And I invite you to simply relax into the whole of you, the inner, the outer, the human, the divine, the waking life, the dreaming life, the waking life dreams that you still would like to realize in this lifetime. I just invite you to use this time at the beginning of the year to kind of set yourself up for a kinder and gentler year, to be able to pause enough that you give yourself the benefit of being more efficient, more prosperous, to have more healing come within your life without even you necessarily doing anything different on the outside or in your everyday to-do list, but to have your waking life come alive for you and to be this inner support, this magical, mystical, behind the scenes presence that will offer you so much more to living well. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.